Anna knelt beside the crystalline stream on Vex 7, filling her canteen while keeping her biosensor pad within arm's reach. The readings had been clear all morning. No apex predators within a 5-kilometer radius. Just the usual herbivores and a few small scavengers. Safe enough for a solo. Water-run dot, she was wrong. The biosensor didn't account for species that hadn't been cataloged yet. It didn't account for the Vexian razorling cub that was currently crouched behind a cluster of purple ferns, no bigger than a terrier. Watching her with eyes that gleamed like molten copper dot, Anna saw it immediately, a flicker of movement in her peripheral vision, the telltale rustle of disturbed fronds. Her heart rate spiked, but she forced her face into a calm mask. The xenobiology briefings had been explicit. Razorlings were the dominant predators on the Vex 7. Adults stood 2 meters tall at the shoulder, with retractable claws that could shred through carbon fiber armor. Their cubs, however, were still learning. And right now, this particular cub was learning to hunt. Anna watched from the corner of her eye as the small creature shifted its weight, hindquarters wiggling in that universal predator stance. It was adorable. It was also lethal. Those claws were already 15 centimeters long, and its jaws could crush bone despite its size. The smart move would be to activate her distress beacon and wait for Alexander and the security team. The smarter move was to remember that razorling mothers tracked their cubs obsessively and would be here within minutes if she caused a panic. So Anna did something that would later become legend across human space. Stations. She pretended not to notice. "Wow, this water is so refreshing," she said aloud, her voice deliberately cheerful and oblivious. She stood slowly, making no sudden movements, and began walking along the stream bank. "I sure hope nothing is sneaking up on me. That would be terrible." Behind her, the cub froze. Its ears triple-pointed and covered in fine scales swiveled forward. The human had noticed it? No, impossible. Humans were prey. Clumsy, slow, soft-fleshed prey that the adults brought down regularly. Anna continued her performance, occasionally glancing around with exaggerated obliviousness, always making sure to look just past where the cub was hiding. "I'm definitely alone out here. Completely vulnerable." La la la. The cub's hunting instincts warred with its confusion. This wasn't how prey behaved. Prey ran or froze, or made that delicious fear scent that made the hunt exciting. Anna's cum unit buzzed. Alexander's voice crackled through. "Anna, you're taking forever. Everything okay?" "Oh, just enjoying nature," Anna replied, watching the cub slink from fern cluster to rock formation, convinced it was still undetected. "There's so much wildlife out here. So much adorable, totally not dangerous wildlife." "Anna, you're using your weird voice." "What's going on?" "Nothing." "Hey, random question. If a razorling cub is stalking you, and you acknowledge it, does that trigger an attack response?" Static silence. "Then, are you serious right now?" "Hypothetically." "Stay calm. Don't make eye contact. Back away slowly." "I'm mobilizing the team." "No, don't." Anna hissed and immediately returned to her cheerful tone as the cub's ears perked up. "I mean, that won't be necessary. I've got this under control." She could practically hear Alexander's blood pressure rising through the cum. Define under control. Anna watched the cub attempt to hide behind a tree that was far too narrow for its body, its tail sticking out comically on one side. "Well, right now we're playing a game. I pretend not to see it. It practices its stalking, and nobody's mom shows up to murderize me. It's educational." "That's insane." "That's xenobiology," Anna corrected. She crouched down, examining a particularly interesting rock formation, and heard the soft pad of paws creeping closer. The cub was getting bolder. The briefing said cubs learn through play behavior. If I acknowledge the hunt, it becomes real. If I keep it playful, I stay in the non-threat category. And if you're wrong, then you'll need to bring 'em up. Anna stood and began walking again, this time toward the tree line where the survey camp lay. The cub followed, now barely bothering with cover. It was getting excited, closing the distance to 3 meters, then 2. Where could that mysterious creature be? Anna wondered aloud, her voice dripping with theatrical confusion. I simply cannot see it anywhere. The cub made a sound something between a chirp and a growl. Anna's xenolinguistics training kicked in. Playful challenge. It wanted acknowledgement, but on its terms. She spun around suddenly, hands on hips, looking directly at the empty space 2 meters to the cub's left. There, I see you. The cub froze, then looked around in confusion. The human was staring at nothing. Got you, Anna declared triumphantly to the empty air, then frowned. Wait, HM, maybe not. She turned slowly, scanning the tree line. Very deliberately, not looking at the cub that was now sitting in plain sight. Head tilted in complete bewilderment. Alexander's voice crackled through again. Anna, I've got your position on satellite. That cub is literally right in front of you. Is it, though? Anna replied. She scratched her head dramatically. Because I don't see anything. Must have gotten away. Such a skilled hunter. She sighed loudly. Oh well, I guess I'll never know what it looked like. I bet it was magnificent. The cub's confusion transformed into something else, what Anna's trained eye recognized as juvenile pride. It had outsmarted the human. It was the ultimate stalker. Anna began walking again, and this time the cub fell into step behind her, no longer hiding at all. It had won the game. It was escorting its defeated prey back to the tree line, erupted with movement. A full-grown razorling, 3 times the cub's size, emerged from the shadows. Anna's blood turned to ice, but the adult didn't attack. It simply watched as the cub bounded forward, chittering excitedly, demonstrating its stalking prowess with elaborate pantomime. The adult's eyes intelligent, calculating fixed on Anna. She did the only thing she could think of. She gave the adult, razorling an approving thumbs-up dot. The creature tilted its head, then made a sound that Anna's translator couldn't quite parse. It turned, nudging its cub back toward the deep forest. But before they disappeared, the adult looked back one more time, and Anna could have sworn it was grateful. Alexander finally reached her 5 minutes later. He found her sitting on a rock, shaking slightly, but grinning. I just became best friends with an apex predator by pretending to be blind. That's not how anything works, Alexander protested. And yet, Anna gestured to the forest where the razorlings had vanished. I'm not dead. I call that a win. Later, when the xenobiology team reviewed her helmet cam footage, they would establish a new protocol for razorling encounters. It would be called the Anna Protocol, though she insisted on calling it Pretend You're Bad at Peekaboo and Hope for the Best. Either way, humanity had just learned something new about the universe. Sometimes, the best way to survive first contact wasn't superior firepower or advanced technology. Sometimes, you just had to let the baby apex predator think it won the game, because that's what humans did best. They played along, they adapted, and they turned certain death into an interspecies bonding moment through nothing but audacity and theatrical blindness. Humanity. Fuck yeah.